This is a free episode you can find on our classic feed, audio, YouTube, everywhere. If you want to subscribe to the Patreon for a little extra special bonus content monthly, if not more, you can do that and also support me, an adult with no parents, and it affects my financial life every day. We had a great guest today, Jamie Schreiner. I'd never met in person. We have so many mutuals. Turns out producer Ryan has so many mutuals. She just moved to LA, and she hit me up saying she had a story about a divorce from a British man and some polyamorous drama. And I said, absolutely. I said, get in this goddamn chair. We have a really, really good time talking. Gets a little emotional at one point. I tear up because she tears up because that's just the kind of person I am. Sometimes I think I'm a narcissist, but then that's the kind of person I am. I don't know. My therapist keeps making me take tests to prove I'm not. I don't believe it. But that's...
To prove you're not a narcissist?
Yeah, she's like, you're not. Stop worrying about it. I'm like, no, it's all... What if I'm so good I tricked you? Which is kind of narcissistic to think.
Yeah.
Anyway, the story we're going to read is also divorce related because we sometimes like a theme here. This is a post from Reddit asking if they're an asshole for going no contact with their adult children after their divorce. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course it's a man, 52-year-old man. Recently finalized my no-fault divorce from my wife after 26 years of marriage. I can answer questions about my marriage if you like, but I filed for divorce after COVID. It showed me how unhappy both of us were with each other. I just left the house and have never returned except to retrieve my belongings. My ex-wife received a paid-off house with enough money to reasonably last the rest of her lifetime. Goals! I would love to get divorced if that's what I get. The kids have their college education paid for, that I fully funded, and a part of the divorce decree, I left them a small trust to help them get independent. So far, I love this story.
Yeah,
so far,
as far as divorces go, pretty chill.
This rocks.
I don't know
He's
how
still taking care of everyone.
He was like, look, this isn't working. Here's your stuff.
Here's my money.
I'm curious to see where it goes.
Okay. They will not be able to live off of this. That's okay. Head start. I live off nothing. I live off you, patrons. I left with cash and semi-liquid assets. I don't really know what that means. That I split with my ex-wife, but I'm fine with that. Post-divorce, I'm dating an amazing woman and a much, she does italicized, much happier family and mutual friends who have seen my ex-wife post-separation describe her as angry and bitter. It is kind of never going to sit well with me when a man describes a woman as bitter.
I was on his side, kind of, but I had the hesitations. And as it's going on, I'm like, I'm curious about what happened in this divorce.
What's she bitter about?
Yeah,
I have no ill feelings toward my ex-wife, and I hope she finds happiness. She hasn't talked to me, but if she told me she remarried, I'd congratulate her and wish them well. One thing that happened during my very lengthy and drawn-out divorce proceedings was that my relationship with my adult children, my son's 20, my daughter's 24, deteriorated. Our son was still staying at home and going to community college part-time. Our daughter moved back into the home about a year after the divorce was filed and is now going to community college. Great. Before the divorce proceedings, I would have said my relationship with my children was good, or at least cordial on the surface. Imagine being cordial with your children in the home. That's some dad delusion. That's bullshit. That's crazy bullshit to me.
Oh, I was I have to make fun of you for being an orphan because I was like, no, it's normal.
Okay,
cordial
fine.
With your parents, that's normal.
That's funny. I guess I don't crave cordial. That's actually so fucking funny, Ryan. And it's funny because you're clocking me a little, but you're also clocking yourself a little. But I hear you. That's very funny. The whole experience left me wondering if that was true. I don't know. Our children have called us both toxic and narcissists, more so on their mother's part, but I don't believe either to be true. I can objectively say we gave our children a better environment than either of us had when we grew up. I mean, honestly, from the money, kind of sounds like it. My last conversation with the children was during the trial, and they said things that just blew my mind. When I texted my son to take them out for lunch, he was hesitant. And when I probed what was going on, he laid into me. He told me that he didn't respect me as a father or a man because we put him into an autism spectrum development program at school. This is going to be so relevant for the episode. Which we both felt was a godsend. He said that I mutilated him because I had him circumcised. I mean, that is a normalized mutilation in our society.
This is insane.
But to get mad at your dad individually for that, I can't appreciate. I don't understand. Yeah. Sure, don't normalize something you don't want normalized, but your dad wasn't like the singular dad in America that did that for...
I have theories, but we need to get to the end of it.
Okay. Sorry, I have to find the word circumcised again. Great. As was I and my father, and assumably my grandfather were, long line of cut dicks. And he finished his text with a death threat saying if he saw me, he'd kill me with his own.
So far, everyone in the story, I'm like, I'm on your side. And then they do something and I'm like, I can't, I guess, be on your side.
That's so white boy. That is some white boy shit.
This is a white family.
You circumcised me and I'm going to kill you. On a prior phone conversation with my daughter, she said mockingly, ha ha ha, you didn't sign a prenup. I hope mom takes everything from you, including your very nice sports car. He put it in brackets. He won't say what car it is. He's anonymizing his... Oh my God. First of all, her mom and I met as students, so a prenup didn't make sense. Secondly, she was already getting a more than equitable share of a no-fault divorce settlement. But more importantly, I was disappointed for our daughter to take sides and say something so unnecessarily stupid. I called my daughter stupid. Why is she so mad? I do think there is some element of my ex-wife turning my adult children against me because our son said, Mom told me what you did.
See here, this is where it comes in. I knew there's always a back end, but...
And to only send hush money.
Is it the pickle or is it the juice?
Oh my God.
We don't know yet.
My mom told me... my daughter told me, Mom told me that you are blowing my inheritance just like your father did, who worked as a blue-collar worker and is still alive. My children have both made multiple comments in the past that their life plan was waiting for me to die to get their inheritance. What did he do? What did this dad do? He said he had a successful career and then retired at 49, but has health problems. So daddy needs his own money for his lung support or whatever.
I don't like these kids because...
These kids are brats.
I understand potentially like when your parents pass, it not be like...
Sad.
It not being sad and like... Not that this is the goal, but like if your parents pass and something's passed on to you, that could be nice, especially if it has to cover funeral costs at the bare minimum.
Literally.
All of that being said, nobody owes you anything for whatever reason, and I don't even think parents owe children anything except for like just not treating them shitty,
like raising them with basics,
raising them
and respect,
but
love,
I don't know,
corn, whatever they need.
Yeah, just not like I don't know. If you're a billionaire, sorry your parents didn't give you shit. That's
literally cool. No, I think he probably did some fuck shit, and they're brats.
Yeah,
and they all have money, so I'm not feeling that sorry for anyone here. I'm obviously a bit hurt that my children would say such nasty things to me, and I'm extremely disappointed in them for taking sides. I was 14 when my parents had a divorce, and I knew it had nothing to do with me. I also never took sides, and I could never imagine speaking to either of my parents the way my children spoke to me.
No longer on this guy's side. Or not really was, but less so.
No, it's over. They're all over for me. Coming up to Christmas, I had to make a decision whether I should text them and say Merry Christmas. But I felt this was disingenuous on my part because I wasn't feeling it. And there was one or two outcomes if I did text them. They ignore and don't respond, or they make some curt response, leaving the relationship in the current state. Either way, I don't think there would be any apologies or attempts at reconciliation. Therefore, I did not text them at all. I'm on the verge of going no contact as they have let me know their true feelings about me. If they want to reach out, they can make that move, but I will view their motivations with suspicion given their comments about getting inheritance. Does he think his kids are trying to kill him? Because that's so funny.
I think maybe the son. I don't think...
Maybe the
son. I'm trying to find like... He said he was going to talk about the divorce. I'm trying to find that really quick.
Oh my God.
I mean,
what's your
take on this whole situation?
I think this is rich people's problems, and I loved to see it.
Yeah.
And I loved a little peek into it. I think it's funny to imagine a dad seeing no contact and initiating that with the kids when they've already said they just wait for his death every day. I kind of think they're not talking to him. I think they've already contacted him and he's acting like it's his idea.
Well, me thinking you bringing up it's rich people problems, I think there is still like he's still supporting them, and he is like.
Well, he gave them that small trust to become independent.
But like they could still be like, Daddy, please, I need more money for the day. Like as a child.
But then they should act nicer if they want more money from their billionaire father.
No, it's what's owed to them.
Oh, it's owed to them.
Yeah.
Right. I forgot about that part. Damn, what am I owed? What am I owed?
I think you got it. You got gay.
Yay! And what a blessing. And what a blessing every day. Awesome. Well, shout out to these rich children. I hope they all die at the same time. And no one gets anyone else's money. Is that bad?
That would solve the problem.
That would solve the problem.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this is the episode with Jamie Schreider. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.
I really hope one day we can be in each other's lives. Okay, bye.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
We've been discovering how many mutual friends we have.
Yes, it's very cool.
We were introduced through someone I know through comedy in the Bay, and then our producer and half the team here through comedy in Chicago.
Yeah, no,
Would you look at that?
It's pretty cool how the world works.
It's small. There's like 1 million comics, and 980,000 of them could go away. But the world is still small somehow. The right ones still find each other.
Yeah, no, I think that like the birds of a feather flock together is so real.
It is real. I have. This is related, but not. I'm from San Jose, California.
Okay.
This one side of town, big city, one side of town on the south side. I was visiting a friend in Bed-Stuy, New York. Out of the hallway comes another person we went to middle school with. I did not know they lived together. I'm then texting all my friends. I'm like staying with them. So I'm texting all my friends like, let's make plans. 6 people from the same neighborhood in San Jose, California lived in a 6-block radius in the same area in Bed-Stuy, New York.
That's so funny.
Socioeconomic sorting is real.
No, I think, and it makes me think of like, so I grew up in Northwest Indiana, which is like an hour outside of Chicago. And I feel like there's truly like my hometown to Denver to Portland pipeline and back around. And it's like, yeah, it is the birds of a feather flock together. It's like, oh, you have like 2 people who like were close in high school. They'll go out there. Then like the one mutual friend has their friends that you kind of knew but didn't know super well. And then in adulthood, everybody gets close. It's very interesting.
It's like a corked up bitch migration type shit. That makes sense. That makes sense. And you hit that. It is like Chicago, Denver, Portland, the Bay, LA. These are where we land in whatever order.
Yeah.
Well, I think
it's funny because there's like, there's so many different demos too. I feel like there's like the Nashville to Austin to LA, like that's kind of a little bit of a pipeline.
Austin's changed. They failed. It's not weird anymore.
Yeah,
it's just Texas now, from what I hear.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there's parts, but like the comedy, at least culture there now is the worst of it.
And that's the thing is, it's like I feel like the people who were there for like the original Austin scene, they get very like, no, there's still, and I'm sure there's still quirked up stuff. I'm sure there's still quirked up stuff.
Name of that quirked up stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure
quirked
there's quirked
up
up
pipeline.
stuff. I personally like when I go to Austin, Texas, like I'll go once a year for the people on my mailing list, and I'll do a show at like the equivalent of Lincoln Lodge in Chicago, the Fallout Theater, and I'll like have 15 to 20 people there, and then I'll get out of town. Like because when I've tried to do engaging with that scene, it's just left me feeling like how I felt when I was bullied in high school and middle school. Fully. And I'm 33 years old. Like, respectfully, I don't have the time or capacity for that. I'm so good. Like, y'all can do your thing, but like, I'm not trying to do that.
And they're just straight people.
Yeah, well, and it's like
straight people can't bully me. I'm sorry.
It's like I think also it's just like, yeah. Again, it's like I don't know enough other than the 1 to 2 experiences I had, but it's like the 1 to 2 experiences I had were enough for me to say, oh, this is not.
No, you got it.
Where I belong.
Yeah, you got it.
This is not where I'm supposed to be, so I'm not gonna be here. Like,
okay, so speaking of, anything can be a segue if you just say that it was one. Speaking of, you're here to talk about a British divorce.
Oh yes, I am. And it's funny because this is my first time. This is my first time I think ever like publicly talking about it all at once with any kind of nuance.
I'm so honored.
Well, thank you for having me. It was just like as soon as like so our mutual friend Paige from the Bay Area was telling me about the premise of your show. I was like, oh, I have like something very great for this because I feel like it's like a lot of pieces to the puzzle leading up to the no contact, and like to go from married to somebody, also like married to somebody you moved from a different country, so like they moved from a different country to live with you.
90-day fiancé'd.
Like to we no longer speak. You're blocked on everything. It's like, how do you get there? That's what I hope to tell in the episode of this pod.
No, I'm so excited. Thanks for laying it. We love a thesis statement.
Yes, I love to start with a hypothesis before I get into the scientific. No. So yes.
So how did you first meet your British ass husband?
My British ass husband. So actually, so funny that you had mentioned that. I met him working at a summer camp in central Minnesota. Yeah.
Was he one of the kids or?
No.
Just kidding.
That is actually a joke people make a lot more than they should. But he was, so it was one of those situations where there was like a girls' camp on one side of the lake and the boys' camp on the other side of the lake, but all the counselors trained together and would have time off together. And so he was actually the riflery director at the boys' camp.
Riflery?
Yeah. Like,
as in guns?
Yeah,
as in guns. Children.
Yeah, for children. Again, like, I do think it was one of those things where it was just like, unfortunately, I grew up in Indiana, and so there was a part of me that was attracted to toxic masculinity because that is kind of what I was like.
You're fed it in your cornflakes. You're fed it in the cornflakes. Not to stereotype.
Yeah,
and but I'm right.
It is a stereotype, but it's correct. That's what I'm saying. Is like it's a stereotype for a reason. Like that's definitely, like, I think of it as like the equivalent of like in Pride and Prejudice, like the moody, mysterious man in the corner who's like so miserable and fucked up, and you're like, I'm gonna solve him. Like I'm gonna figure this puzzle out.
That's me. I'm that guy, by the way, and it works. And it works.
It does pull people in, but I'm like, if you're seeing that guy, I would say it's not your job to solve that puzzle. Save yourself a decade of your life.
Get a better job. Get a better job. Hear from someone who quit after having a career pivot, you could call it. Calling a divorce a career pivot is actually amazing.
It is. It's a career pivot, and it's a career move too, I think, because it's like there's something about being 33 and divorced that does make me feel like I am in the Lena Dunham girls canon. I feel like I saw that show and I said, let me one up that. Let me be a little bit more.
Does anyone get divorced in that show?
No, I think that they're.
I mean, presumably after Ryan's nodding yes.
Somebody gets divorced?
Oh, does Marnie?
Duh.
Because then Marnie's husband is like, you're gonna get murdered, which is so funny.
It's like
that's so funny.
It is funny. And
because he's gonna get murdered. He's the vulnerable idiot anyway.
And I mean, honestly, and that's so true. But it's like so I met him working at summer camp. I remember.
So you were both like teenagers?
No, we were in
early
our 20s. Early
okay.
20s. Like I think I turned 22 that summer.
Okay.
And so I remember like it was in my mind. I was like, this could either be like a fun summer thing or this could like continue on. And I think it was like one of the conversations I had with him. We were like 3 months into dating. Is I said like. At the time, I was going to school for musical theater. So I was like, it is the dream for my life to write and perform. That's not going anywhere. So if you can't get on, which is like in hindsight, it's like,
no, that rocks.
If you can't
that actually rocks.
Yeah, I was like, if you can't get on board with that, like if that doesn't sound like the dream for your life, let's just, cut this short and say that there was a fun summer and we'll go our separate ways. And then he was like, no, I support you. I'm in it for the long haul. Like, let's do long distance. So
I have a rude question. Why was he British in Minnesota?
So I think it's like a lot of. So it's really interesting that this is
like he lived in the U.S. This wasn't like a summer away.
No, it was a summer away.
It
like
was a summer abroad to central Minnesota.
Yeah. So it's really, honestly, I think it's because like one of the few ways people can get short-term work visas to go from Australia or New Zealand or the UK to come to America is working at summer camp. So it's like they actually like literally camp. I think it's like Camp USA. He had told me this at one point. Camp USA will come to like the UK, the colleges in the UK and Germany and just pitch like, hey, come work at our camp.
Why do they need like UK boys that bad? You know what I mean? There's hella teens.
I think it's because they can pay them really, really poorly and hold their visas over their head.
Oh, that
which
rocks.
is very America of the work situation. But yeah,
I didn't know we were outsourcing to like Britain. That's so funny.
Yeah, I think it's because it's like basically like the only people that you can get to, because I mean, a summer camp job is beyond a full-time job. Like you have to be on and watching children who are like literally only 5 to 6 years younger than you, so it's basically you're still a fucking kid.
So funny.
24/7. And then you get maybe like 2 to 3 days off consecutively, but those days off you still have to come back to the camp and like sleep there. You're like, I know it's like one of my favorite friends from camp. I'm still friends with this girl to this day. She got let go midway through the summer because she came back drunk one night and they like caught her drunk. Like they were.
She's like, I'm going home.
Yeah, it's one of the things like you told me to come home, and it's like she's on her time off. She's not sleeping in the cabin with the camp anyway. It's
Was
like,
she over 21?
Yeah.
Well then, come on.
Yeah, no, you're not allowed to.
All right, you could have a case.
That's
we gotta follow up on this.
Yeah, you're like not even if you were 21 and you went to the bar and drank, you better not come back intoxicated or like you're gonna get let go. And it's like, I'm sorry, we're all like fucking in this hellhole, and we have 3 or 4 days off. Like we're gonna want to like get fucked up.
That's what they
in
do.
Your early 20s. Like I mean, it's just one of those things. That's like again, and when it's like this is so corny and like akin to the beginning of my relationship with my ex-husband when things were good. I really thought that he was hot and he really thought that I was hot. And
That's so
like,
important. I've always said
it's
that.
really important and a good thing to found a toxic abusive relationship on. But I
well, something has to keep it going.
yeah.
If you're toxic but you're hot,
at least
you might die together.
Yeah,
maybe
like,
sooner than you think.
Yeah, unfortunately sooner than you think. But it was like he thought. So it was like the first time we had all been training together, the boys and the girls, before the summer really got going. He wanted to run into me, so he heard a group was going into town, so he went with the group into town.
Where's the nearest town in this Minnesota village?
It was like probably like 5 to 10 miles away.
What is it?
It was called, I remember it was called Nisswa.
Okay.
And there was a billboard that said, pretty good shopping, which is hilarious to me that it's just like, it's pretty good. It's not great, but it's also not bad. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, he went into town. I was trying to run into him, and I thought he seemed like, I was like, oh, he shoots guns. He's rugged. I found out some people were going camping. I go camping.
You camped
the
on your
worst
weekend?
night of my life. No, it was like, so we're in camp. We're living in cabins.
Oh, it's glamping.
This camping, they set up tents. They're drinking in the woods.
Got you.
We're also, it's the land of 1,000 lakes, 100,000 mosquitoes. So I'm getting fucking
I couldn't.
bit to shit.
I couldn't.
And I don't even get to see my crush. So, but yeah, by the end of the summer, we decided we were going to keep dating. We did long distance.
From Minnesota to Britain?
So I went back to school in Illinois.
Right, okay.
So we're doing long distance from Illinois to Britain.
Mm-hmm.
I end up using the last of my camp money. This is in when we decided we were still going to date in September, last of my camp money I made working at camp. I purchased round trip tickets to meet him and his family at Christmas.
So you've known each other for like 6 months?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing it, you're doing it.
That's why I was like, if we're doing it, we're doing it. So I go spend Christmas with his family. We continue to date long distance. I actually like get a scholarship to go do a master's in Scotland so that I can be closer to him.
Oh, that rocks.
So it's like we're at that point, like Scotland to Britain is still 6 hours apart, but it's like at least we're in the same continent. We had like a year and a half where we were like doing long distance, but within the UK.
Well, and that's what, like a 30-minute flight?
Yeah.
If you needed to Aer Lingus?
It's funny because it's like he never wanted to like fly it or drive it. So it was like he would just specifically have me come down there. Like he didn't come visit me up in Scotland more than maybe like 1 or 2 times, but it should have been an initial
I've had one of these.
Orange flag.
I've had one of these.
So I finished the program. I get back to the US. This is now 2017 into 2018. 2016 and 2017. I'm so sorry.
Huge year for the US.
So
the beginning of the end, some would say.
Yes, the beginning of the end, some would say. I actually got home the day before he was elected the first time.
And we don't say his name.
Yeah, we don't say his name.
Trump.
So
Donald Trump.
I have a full-blown panic attack because I'm like thinking, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this person who lives in the UK. This person's been elected. So really the whole situation and predicament I found myself in, I do blame our current president because I went to see I was about to say divorce lawyer. That's later. I go to see an immigration lawyer and I say like, hey, with what's going on, like, how do you think this is going to affect spousal visas? And he was like, honestly, I think it's going to be a lot harder. Like, if I were y'all.
Even for white countries? Rats.
And so also at this point, I forgot. That's so fucked up that I forgot. But like while I was doing my master's is when he proposed to me. So we've been together. Okay. We had been together for like, I think 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. And I do remember when he proposed to me feeling like perplexed that I didn't feel how I felt like I was supposed to feel.
Oh, you weren't so excited?
I felt like, oh shit, this is a big responsibility. I felt like, oh shit, this is a big responsibility. And I think I also felt like, well, I can't say no.
Yeah, those are two feelings. I don't know if I don't like to say what we should do. I don't like to say supposed, but I think you're right. Those are maybe not what people typically feel when it's right.
Yeah. And so it's like one of those things in retrospect. Yeah. But I do think like my brain hadn't fully developed yet. I give myself a little grace for like, I very much was raised on like, you better say yes if somebody proposes to you because they might not ever ask you again. So we're engaged. The other thing too is it's like the ring that he used to propose to me was like his still living grandmother's old ring, and it was like so awkward because it didn't fit. So it was like one of those things that's like
she didn't want to wear it anymore.
Well, her husband had passed, I guess, and so she still wore her wedding
she's
ring,
like,
but not the engagement ring.
I'm single.
No, I
take it, son.
Come get me.
Take it, G, son.
No, I think it was like really. I think it's just he didn't want to buy a ring.
And he could like dress it up.
He could just be like, yeah, he could like it's a heirloom, yeah. But anyway, I mean, it was a pretty ring, but it was one of those things that's like, it the weight of it felt very serious. Of like, oh, this is like the ring that your dead grandfather gave your grandmother to propose to her during World War II.
You're a part of the lineage,
and now I'm part of this like big thing, and like shit, like I mean, yeah, we're really doing this. So I guess we're really doing this. Like, let's go. So I think when I first got back to America, it kind of started to hit me like, oh, like, I got to see this through. Like, we're engaged. We have to get married. This is like going to become harder. And so like we kind of basically rushed to get married before Trump was inaugurated just because we were like, we want to make sure that we can start the process of immigrating him so that once, you know, it is all said and done, it'll be easier for him to come over here. Yeah, so we were like married January 2017 and like eloped.
Like right before the inauguration.
Yeah, literally like we eloped in Indianapolis. My friend and her now ex-boyfriend were the only witnesses. So like both of our parents were fucking pissed. But we
really?
were like, yeah, but we were like, hey, like we're doing this so that we can do like a big in-person wedding in 2018. Like this is our whole timeline for this. And so we then spent like an entire year not seeing each other. Like just long distance.
You were married long distance?
Married long distance for a year. Because basically once we got married, he was not legally allowed to enter the country until his visa was approved. So I'm like adjusting to living in a new city. I'm doing long distance.
You're in Chicago now?
I'm in Chicago graduated. Yeah, I graduated, live in Chicago now. Doing long distance with this dude. We had kind of like...
This dude, your husband.
Yeah, I know, it's okay. I'm doing long distance with this dude. So we had kind of decided like, hey... let's, you know, be patient with each other as far as like if like flirtation or like physical things because we're not seeing each other for a year, but just like you're not allowed to have feelings for anybody else. That was like the rule he had set, like no feelings for anybody else, which is like
control that.
Yeah.
You have a mic, Ryan. Say what you want to say.
I just said tale as old as time.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't
fuck, but I'll never love you.
You can actually control the not touching someone more than the feelings. But
yes. Yeah. So anyway, so
you agreed to be like poly while you're long distance with your husband the first year?
Yes, but like we're not supposed to develop feelings. And so imagine my surprise when I find myself, well, because the other thing is it's like, I feel like I should also lead with like, my ex-husband was very stereotypically British in that he was not very emotionally open.
You know I hate British people because my family's British.
No, I didn't know that.
So it's personal for me. So I know exactly what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
I love London. Like, part of me is like, one day, what if I end up there? Especially if this country falls apart. Why are you freaking laughing through your nose, Ryan? I love London. Was it because of that?
Yeah.
Well, I've been there 6 times
Yeah,
since I was 3 years old. I don't have any first cousins in this country. I don't talk to any of them. But I don't like how the people are like that. They don't like how we talk about feelings. They don't like that we say what's happening in the room.
Hate it.
I'm culturally not British.
Yeah. And I would say, like, culturally, like, I think back to, like, this was, like, a thing that happened before we were engaged. This is, like, early, my ex-husband and I. I remember having this, like, full-blown emotional breakdown, like, sobbing and being like, I feel like I'm talking to a wall sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, would you please just, like, can you hold space for what I'm feeling? Like, please. I remember, like, begging him, and he just, like, sat there, nothing.
Seems
was literally,
trivial.
like, literally was like, are you done?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just like,
Or pure anger, or they do violence out of anger because they
Yeah.
explode. Have you seen Love is Blind? They cry so much on that show, the UK version, because they haven't cried in 20 years.
oh no, it's like
That's my
all
theory.
comes to the surface. No, but it's, well, okay, this is like a future story in the relationship, but I do have to mention, like, so my ex-husband's dad hopefully doesn't listen to podcasts. If you do,
I would love for him to listen to the podcast.
I would love for him to listen to this one. He is ground zero for my ex-husband's trauma. Like, my ex-husband is traumatized directly because of this man. And of course, me being the outspoken American wife, I said, hey, next time we're over there, I think it's time you told your dad how you feel about this stuff and set some boundaries with him about, like, how he can and can't talk to you. So my ex-husband goes to have this conversation with his father.
Oh, he agreed to it. Oh, good for him.
And he starts to try to do this. His dad, it goes, Jamie, leave the room. And I start laughing because I'm like, the fuck? Like, no, I'm not. And he's like, leave the room.
Oh, scary
Like, he's
style.
going to, like, pull a fucking knife on me or something. So I'm like, okay.
They do have a knife problem in England.
They do.
We have gun problem. They just do stabbings.
Yeah,
it's really cute.
But yeah, so I leave the room and I'm like waiting at the door. I can't really hear because I'm hard of hearing, but also they're like hushed voices, like pss, 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 pss. Whatever this man said to my ex-husband, he leaves the room, walks up the stairs, like gets to the, like, you know, the landing, collapses into the fetal position, is full body sobbing, like sobbing hysterically. His mom comes upstairs. She's like, you need to tell him to get dressed. Like, we're still going to dinner. I was like, no, the fuck, we're like, do you not see your kid here? Like, your adult son, like, having a fucking breakdown? We're not going anywhere. 45 minutes later, we're all sat having dinner.
Like nothing ever happened.
At a curry house, like nothing ever happened.
Oh, I'm having flashbacks
I was like,
to my childhood.
This is like, what the like, and that's the thing is, like my parents, like, they fucking physically fought each other when I was kids. They would, like, throw shit. Like, that isn't great either. But I would prefer that to whatever the fuck that was, you know? So, like, just for context, obviously, you put me in a situation where I can be open, but I'm not supposed to fall in love with somebody. The thing that I am lacking in my current relationship is the emotional availability. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I find myself, I'm like, fuck, I am in love with this coworker. And so I, like, ended up.
What type of coworker? Where were you working? Baristas or some shit?
It was the theater realm.
Okay. Oh, that's the second most incestuous.
The theater.
Yes.
The theater and the comedy. I mean, honestly, in comedy, I've showered, I ate a lot. Sorry, you guys, but sorry, everybody. Sorry.
I've never done it.
Good. No, I was like,
I'm like the only one. There's one other person I know who's like gold star as it never fucked another comedian.
And honestly, keep it that way.
I know it's not worth it.
It's truly not worth it. So I end up, like, coming clean to this person, like, hey,
the coworker.
Yeah, I was like, I can't have a rapport with you anymore because I actually am in love with you, and, like, that's against the rules.
Were you dating or, like, were you fucking?
We were fucking, yes.
Okay,
we
okay.
were fucking.
And then
but
you're,
I was
like, emotionally.
But then I was like, I emotionally have feelings. This person actually, like, literally laughed in my face and was like, it was never serious to me. Like, you're making something out of nothing. I think it's because they're, like, older, and to them it was just, like, supposed to be fun. So, like, I'm, like, crying in my car, freaking out. I'm like, how am I going to tell my, you know, like, fucking husband about it? And so I ended up, like, to my husband, I was just like, hey, this happened. I'm so sorry. I ended it because, you know, I broke the rules. So then the next 6 years,
I'm sorry. How do you break rules that you can't control? To me, you would have broken the rules if you took it further beyond what you had. Again, this is such a, like, wavy boundary, but you called it the second you could. If you had intentionally not done that, I'd say, okay, maybe there's a version of dishonesty going on. You didn't break any fucking rules.
Yeah, but it's like so basically, I personally felt how you felt until, so it gets to that summer. He's come to America. We've moved in together.
He moves to Chicago?
Yes.
Okay.
We're still continuing to be poly. I go and I'm doing this one-woman show at the Minnesota Fringe. It's hilarious that I'm in Minnesota again. He doesn't come with me. I'm there. I'm performing the show. I get a message from him that's like, I can never forgive you for what I did. Or no, I can never forgive you for what you did. We'd gotten a dog together at this point as well. As soon as he moved here, we adopted this dog. He's like, I have the dog. I'm leaving the apartment. Like, don't try to come looking for me. So I literally drive from Minneapolis to Chicago in the middle of the night. It's like an 8-hour drive.
Oh, girl.
I get there. He's just sitting at the kitchen table. He's like, I don't know why you're so upset. Like, I'm like, you literally told me you were not going to be here when I got back. And then basically, so I like end my Fringe run early to try to like fix our marriage. We decide that we're going to be closed then. And then basically it was just like this same sort of cycle on again, off again for 6 fucking years. Like,
over the same coworker?
Yeah. But then it was like, he would be like, oh, I want to be poly again. But then it was like, if I started getting interested in somebody, he would like freak out. So then I just decided like whenever we would be poly, I was like, okay, you can just be poly and I'm just going to focus on my comedy because like I don't want to deal with the drama and the stress of it. But then it was also like he would use like the other people he was seeing as like retribution and revenge. It was like we literally like we started seeing a couples therapist and the couples therapist told him that he bullied me and he literally that same like complete stone, no longer reacting, no longer participating, started doing that, walked out, and he's like, I'm never fucking going back there.
I'm sure.
Just because she told him that he was a bully.
Because
he was being a fucking bully.
What is his reasoning? I'm not saying he has to get over it, but why is he never getting over it but still married?
I cheated on him.
But still married
That
to
was
you?
his reasoning.
Then why didn't he just leave you?
I mean, literally, that's like, because like we were together for 6 years, 8 times within 6 years, he kept being like, well, I'm going to leave you. And then like I would beg, please don't leave me, do that. Because I think it's just like the thing about emotional abuse is it's like you are led to believe that like your life is going to fall apart if this relationship ends. And so it was like every single time he would threaten to leave, like the first, it's 8 times, the first 5 times, I was like, please, I'll do anything. By the final 3, I think I said, if you do this again, like I'm gonna leave.
Right.
And then the 7th time I left, but then I came back. And then the final time I said, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, are you happy? I'm not happy. Like this is, and it was like, I mean.
And this is after what, 8 years?
Yeah. Or like, we were together 9 years. We were married 6 years. And so it's like, I mean, I could give so many examples of it's like, if he had an appointment and I didn't remind him, it was my fault because I should have reminded him. If I did remind him,
how much are you paid to be his secretary? Just curious.
The other thing too is and this is one of the things that's like I get embarrassed to talk about, but it's like he would come up with things I like owed him money for, like dry cleaning or this or that, even though he was like making $90,000 a year and I was making like probably like less than $30,000 a year. So it's like
you're an artist.
Yeah.
So
and
I
was
agreed to it.
And but the thing is, he was just like, you're fucking broke. Like and the thing is, it's like, I mean, he literally
not a man calling his wife broke. That's his fault.
And literally,
if you're broke, it's his fault.
And it's so funny because like when we got divorced, and we did mediation. Like in hindsight, I should have gotten a divorce lawyer because I was probably owed more money. But in mediation, just looking at like his net worth and my net worth, he ended up owing me like $80,000. Like that is how badly financially abused I was. He owed me $80,000.
Okay, financial abuse. How would you define that?
It's like it's somebody controlling your finances or approaching finances in a way that is not equitable.
It's a tool of control.
It's a tool of control.
Okay.
And it's like, I mean, because if you're making $90,000 a year and I'm making less than $30,000 a year, but I have to pay you what I earn, and then I'm putting any unnecessary expenses on a credit card because I'm so fucking scared to ask you for my money back.
I want you to know this also is a relationship I've been in. Just so you know.
Yeah. And I think it's a relationship a lot of people
We weren't married. I couldn't sue him. I regret it.
and that's one of those things that's like, I just regret not getting a divorce lawyer involved. Like, I think that...
Probably because you didn't have money.
I didn't have money. Well, and also, it was like, literally, I mean, the reason I went back that, like, I said I was going to leave on the 4th of July, 2023, which is...
America, fuck you.
America.
Independence Day for Jamie.
But then I went back because we had like a marriage counseling scheduled, and we decided we were going to go to like kind of plan the de-escalating of our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And he, after the fact, he went on this whole spiel of like, you are in so much debt, you have no savings, where you go, nobody's going to want to like help you, like you're going to have to move back with your parents. Like, he had me fully convinced that I was like fucked, and literally like some of that financial stuff like still follows me to this day. Like, when I was getting
money trauma's real.
When I was getting ready to move out here, keep in mind, like, I live with 3 roommates, and we like
in LA.
In LA, yes. And so we were getting ready like our financial profile stuff.
Wait, did you move here with 3 other people?
They were already here.
Okay.
I moved in with 3 other people, but
nice.
I did like prepare the stuff for the lease.
Yeah.
And I was so scared that I was gonna be denied.
Mm-hmm.
And within like 3 hours, I was accepted, and I was like, oh, like these things this person told me like about my credit, about my money, like were literally lies to keep me back. And it's like, I mean, yes, there's so many like very, very fucked up stories and examples I could give of the abuse. I'll try to just do the funny ones just because like, I want to keep it light. But it was
Pick
like
your favorites.
We did. So I had been doing mushrooms like pretty much all of 2020 because I for a long time was scared of any like hard drugs because one of my first serious boyfriends was a heroin addict, and so it kind of gave me like a no drug mentality. But during the pandemic, I was like, we're not going anywhere, so we might as well go in. So I was doing...
Can't go out, we'll go in.
We'll go in. So I started doing a lot of mushrooms, and end of 2020, beginning of 2021, my ex-husband was like, oh, I'd like to try some. And I was like, cool, like, you can do them, and I'll kind of, like, supervise you.
A British person on mushrooms can go so many ways.
He's on mushrooms. He, like, literally, keep in mind, it's, like, fucking winter, and we're in this cabin that was, like, we'd rented somewhere in Iowa because we were going to, like, you know, not do it at our place, but, like, So he is, like, shirtless, barefoot, running in the snow. Our dog's with us. He's fucking scaring the dog. He, like, there's, like a pirate painting on the wall. And he's like, that's scaring me. Take it down. So I'm like, I take it down. I'm like, how much, like, did you, like, take extra when I was turned away? Like, what the fuck is going, like... So all this, he like freaks out. He's like, let's fuck. I want to fuck. I was like, you're scaring me. Like, no, like I don't want to have sex with you right now because you're being fucking weird.
Can I be honest? He sounds way more fun in this story than the entire marriage.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So it's like he's like kind of like chaotic all over the place. Then he kind of like sits down on the porch, and he's just like, you know, I punish you sometimes, right? And I literally, like, my fucking heart dropped into my asshole like I'm watching a fucking horror movie, but this is the person I'm fucking married to. And I go, no shit, like, yeah, I would think so. And he's like, I'll never forgive you for what you, like, bring, like, goes on this shit again. So then the next day, keep in mind, this is 2021, beginning of 2021. I didn't leave till the end of 2023. So
you had
I'm
a whole
like,
COVID. You had a whole ass COVID with this man.
I had a whole ass COVID. Well, and the thing is, during COVID, he was like, I don't want to live in Chicago anymore. I want to buy a house in Indiana. And if you don't move to Indiana with me, and also, my dad had cancer at the time. He's okay now.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Use my dad's cancer as a bargaining chip to get me to move back to Indiana.
Well, as in, like, you'll be closer to him?
You'll be closer to him, and you don't really care about him if you don't. So it's like,
Girl.
every single, like, so it's like basically this, like, thing after thing after thing that was basically trying to get me to stop doing comedy, and also just, like, was justified by, like, you did this, so I get to punish you forever. Like, and I believe that. I really believe that
a token
shit.
He can cash in to make you do anything, which is just never how that's worked.
Yeah, it's never
how anything has worked.
Yeah, but it's like, for the longest time, I was like, I think I truly, like, to me, that was, like, the biggest mistake I'd made in a relationship in my life. And so I was like,
what? Like, having the emotional, oh, honey.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, if I... Like, I think I, like, had this belief. I was like, if I washed enough dishes, or if I, like, was home early enough times, or if I, you know, like, changed myself enough, this person would forgive me, and everything would like go back to normal.
And he knew that.
Yeah,
he
so
set that up in you to then like use it against you.
Yeah, and so that's why I just like,
because this is why he didn't
like,
leave, because he wanted to be able to control you like that the entire marriage.
No, yeah, I really think
otherwise,
that, like,
if it really wasn't okay, he would have taken you
left.
both out of that situation.
Yeah.
But he trapped you.
No, he wanted to have control. And the thing is like he was so good at convincing me like, oh, well, I can't control you. You do whatever you want. Like,
they love to say that.
Oh, you're the narcissistic one. You do comedy. And it's like, I really, like literally, there's this book that I bought because I was like convinced like I was the problem and everything was my fault. And it was like this book for like narcissistic people to learn how to not be abusive to their partners. And I'm reading this book and I'm like, oh fuck, this place. But like I'm so grateful for that book. Like I'm forgetting the name of the book right now, but like that book actually saved my life because like reading the book and seeing it broken down so clearly made it like I'm such an analytical person, and so it was like to see like these literal charts of the cycle of abuse. I was like, oh, I'm in it.
So you could see it clearly and your part and how he was the narcissist. Okay, so that book didn't.
Or at the very least had tendencies. I don't know that I would diagnose anybody because I'm not but like the tendencies were there.
The power dynamics were working
were
as they were working.
Another highlight that I have to mention, he said that I was at the point where I was doing like 7 to 8 comedy shows a week. This 2023.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy. He came to 2 of my shows in all of 2023 out of like I was like touring, I was constantly, and like he worked a job where he had free travel. He had access to free travel, refused to go with me when I was touring because he was just like, I don't want to go with you to work. You wouldn't want to go with me to work. I was like, no, actually I would. Like literally like if it meant we got to spend time together, then I absolutely would.
And your work's a little different and way more fun and there's more free time packed in.
Yeah.
It's a date night where you have like 20 minutes, you got to do something, but then you can just hang out.
Yeah. So
I tear up when other people tear up.
No, it's like I know that I kind of skipped over 2022, but like it was more of the same shit. But like 2023 was the main turning point for me because it was like I had moved back to Indiana.
Oh, also, you went with him?
Yeah.
Girl, he got you?
We're in this house in Indiana.
Oh my God.
I'm like really isolated from my friends and my comedy people, but I'm still trying to do comedy because it's the one thing that like gives me joy and makes me happy. So I'm like, okay, like whatever, I'm just gonna like focus on my comedy. I actually got like offered to do an album with Comedy Dynamics in 2023, and I had set the date for May 4th. And I specifically told him over and over again, like, this is my special taping. He ends up getting scheduled to work on the day of my special taping. And I like am sad about it, obviously. And he gets mad at me for being sad. He's like, oh, come on. Like, I can't fucking control myself. I was like, well, actually, like, you could have controlled your schedule. You absolutely could have. And I was like, also, more than anything, like, I'm actually just sad that you're not sad. Like, if roles were reversed, like, if you had a major career milestone and I was going to miss it, I would feel horrible.
For, like, what reason, too? Is it, like, a big thing for him at work? Like, why?
His big thing is he was just like, well, I'm not comfortable going to your comedy shows because I have autism and your comedian friends don't treat me well because they don't understand how to treat people with autism. And I was literally like, what? And then it was like, he took the autism test. Like, he ended up going through with taking the autism test.
Oh, I'm sure.
And he didn't have autism. And I'm sorry. It's very funny because we literally also
have you met a comedian? Doing comedy is the test, bitch. Okay, keep going.
And again, so it's like, I'm still trying to save my marriage. My heart is set on like, if I do enough good deeds, like this person will be fucking nice to me again. And so like I've planned this date night. We're at like bingo at a shitty dive bar in Indiana. I'm eating like a fucking horrible salad with ranch dressing. Like, you can imagine it. It's like out of the fucking bag, but I'm like smiling. Yeah, this is my life. I know.
This is my life.
We're like only 3 rounds into the bingo. There's still fucking like 10, like, and I'm not trying to like make it fun, like I'm trying to make most of it. He's just like, I don't want to be here. Let's go. And so I'm like, okay. Like, I go to the server. I'm like, hey, can we get the bill? We get to the car, and he's like, just like huffing and puffing. I was just like, hey, like, what's wrong? Like, what's the problem? He's like, well, I got my autism test back results today, and you didn't even ask. I was like, okay, like, I'm sorry, I forgot that they were coming back today. Like, or I kind of like that wasn't something that felt appropriate to ask you. Like, I figured you would bring it up when
You
you're
would
ready
just
to talk about
tell me
it.
if you want to tell me.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I don't have autism. And I go, well, yeah, I know. Which was not the right response to that. Because he just starts laying into me. He's like, that's really fucked up that you would say that. You know, I've been like explaining everything with my autism. And I don't have autism. And like, what's wrong with me? And in my mind, I'm like, I know what's wrong with you, but I don't think you're ready for that conversation.
His dad in Britain?
That's
what's wrong with him?
His dad in Britain is what's wrong with him, as well as just like his, like, that's my thing is, it's like, I don't want to diagnose anybody, but it's like, covert narcissism. When I would read about that, I was like, I'm seeing some similarities. So another example I would give would be, we had like this horrible fight in St. Louis. I finally got him to come up with me to St. Louis because like when I said I was going to leave in July, I was like, I won't leave, but you have to start like coming with me on the road. Like it's breaking my heart that you have the ability to come and you're not coming. And we end up getting into a screaming match like 2 hours outside of St. Louis. I'm driving the car. I have like a splitting headache. I'm taking some Tylenol, going in to get a coffee. As we're walking into the coffee shop, this woman who's like, this fabulous, like 45-year-old woman is walking out. She goes, oh my God, you are so fabulous, honey. I wish I was you. Aww. And I literally like almost start crying. Like, I'm like, thank you, God, universe, whatever. Like I needed that glimmer. As soon as she's out of earshot, my ex-husband's like, well, nobody ever says that to me.
Too hot, too popular. That's what that is.
No. I'm like, oh,
Does he even dress cool?
No, this man wears fucking graphic tees tucked in cargo shorts and grew like a horrible Duck Dynasty beard. I think it was like literally like, I think that it was like, yeah, no, I do think that it was like he didn't like himself and then was also like fucking mad at me because like almost like disgusted with like, why would you keep staying when I'm being so horrible to you? It's like, because you were nice. You were so nice at the beginning. You were so kind.
You were chasing that.
And I think it's also just like, there's part of me that's like, it's fucking embarrassing to get divorced this young, but it's like, it's more embarrassing to stay with somebody who hates you.
Just like, so you know, I think it's really cool you got divorced young. Like, that's a cred.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I think it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, I would say like, I've definitely always been an all-in person, and I was just like, like, I went in with my whole heart because I really, really loved him, and I really wanted like the things that we had talked about. But then it's like, it kind of just like, as I realized that I was being less and less myself in order to make this person stay, and that this person was also like my biggest op and like hater.
Literally.
I was like, oh, I can't like justify this anymore. I think it was also like having to lie to my friends at the first taping of my comedy show that he was coming to the second one, having to lie to my friends at the second one, he'd been at the first one. Like I had friends who flew in from out of town.
And what did he even do for work?
He was an aircraft mechanic.
So you can get a day off, right?
Well, the thing is, he specifically planned his days off Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then demanded that one or more of those nights we do something together that wasn't comedy related.
The days
which
that
is
we
so
do comedy.
Pointed because it is literally the days that we do comedy. I was like, why don't you have your days off like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Like you get to pick your schedule. He's like, well, I prefer Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I'm sure
and I was
you
like,
do.
no, I'm sure you do because you get to have control over. And so then it was like he would be mad at me because he's like, we've only had like one date night this month. You promised that we would have 4. And I was like, babe, this is like, and it's the thing too where it's like,
why doesn't he just
you're
come
getting
with
mad
you?
at you're getting mad at me about finances, but then you're refusing to let me do the thing that I do for my job.
Right. Oh.
It's you can't
Talk
win.
about it.
You can't fucking win. And then it's like
And why doesn't he just come with you to a show and you get food before or after?
because he has autism. I'm sorry. That's not funny, but it is funny.
No,
and
that's
that is
funny
what he
as
would say.
fuck.
That's what he would say.
So
was
he
like,
can't come to a show because he's autism? Can I be honest? I had an ex who I don't like when my partners come on shows almost ever. There's been 2 that I actually do well when they're in the room. Maybe that's narcissistic of me. But I'm like, actually, I'm going to do well with you there. So get on in here. But for the most part, I keep it separate. That's my own problem. But I've had partners who are like, cool, I'll go next door. I'll see you in 30 minutes. He could do that if he's so fucking autistic.
That's what I'm saying is like you could come with and just like you could get a beer at the bar,
Yeah.
like across the street.
You
could
can
like
figure
bring a
it
book.
out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like you could figure it out if you want,
And then
It's-
spend the time together
If you wanted
still.
to, you would, but you don't
Yes.
because you are still mad about something that happened 5 years ago. But you also don't want to let me leave. So
Wait,
it's just-
question.
Yeah,
I think you said it, but was it his idea to be open?
it was like kind of mutually discussed. That's what I'm saying
Okay.
is like I was on board. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
let's go.
yeah.
That's why I can't be like. No,
I'm
I
just
was-
curious.
No, it's one of the things that when I think honestly, I will give myself the benefit of like, I think part of why I was so on board is like, I was very emotionally unhappy. I just didn't want to admit it to myself because I think I so much of my relationship with my ex-husband mirrors the relationships I saw growing up. And so I was like, well, everybody like is happy with this. So like, I'm not fulfilled, but that can't be right because everyone around me has been doing this.
Maybe this
like,
is just how it is.
Maybe
I'll learn to love it.
Yeah. And I just did. And that's the thing is, and that's part of why like, before we started recording this, I said, hey, I was like, I was messy too. And like, I mean, I literally like, when I was messy too, I remember it was like, another thing that he was really pissed at me about all the time is he was like, we haven't had kids and it's your fault because your comedy career and like I don't want to raise my kids in like a dive bar, like because you're just so dedicated to your comedy. You're like, you're gonna have a fucking child at a comedy show. And I was literally like, the reason we have not had kids is because I don't want you to talk to a child the way you talk to me. And he was like fucking sobbing. I'd be like,
good.
Then fucking stop fucking talking to me like that.
Well, and let's take it one step further. And it's like, if you wouldn't want a kid to be spoken to that way, maybe you shouldn't be spoken to that way.
Yeah.
I'm putting that out there for the past you and the listener.
Yes.
But huge. I'm glad you said that to his little Duck Dynasty face.
When it's like, I feel like I'm jumping all over the place, which is my ADHD. Okay. But the one other detail I should definitely mention is like, so I'm strapped for cash. I'm trying to make more money. Like
this is like 2023.
2023. And we moved to Indiana.
What part? Like what town?
We were in Hammond, Indiana.
See, and I keep wanting to recognize the name of a town for it to have any sort of like, what's the comedy scene like in Hammond, Indiana?
It's like basically me driving an hour into Chicago to do shows if I want to do shows, which then I'm losing money. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, fuck, like I'll do like my big headlining shows that I can like, you know, it'll justify it, but I can't do like these one-off spots anymore. I also like can't just hang out with my friends whenever I want to.
But he's socially isolating you as well as isolating you from your work.
Yes. And like putting me closer to my parents who love him because they've not seen the way he speaks to me. And we'll get to that later in the story, but it's like the job that I end up getting with, which I feel like, again, it's like whatever the driving force that runs this universe is, it works in very mysterious ways. I end up getting hired to do outreach and advocacy for a domestic violence shelter. And so I am doing presentations in colleges and high schools on relationship red flags to the community. And there's only so many times you can do such a presentation while actively in a toxic and abusive relationship before you go, oh shit. And also when your coworker and coworkers witness what's happening to you at home, they start to go, hey, this play's about you, queen. Like, let's get out of here. And so, yeah, I really do think that it was like that job as well as like just like the compounding of everything is finally what pushed me to the edge. And I think it was like just the realization too is like, I remember there's this comedian, I will just shout him out, Tyler Horvath in New York City. I was talking to him right before he moved from Chicago to New York.
I think I've met him, yeah.
And he's very, very funny, very, very sweet guy. I started with him. I remember I was having this conversation with him about like how supportive his girlfriend was and how she's coming out with him and like she doesn't really know anybody out there and like is gonna kind of have to start over, but she believes in him to the
she
degree
signed
that
up
she's
for
willing,
it.
yeah, so she's willing to do that. I remember I went home that night and I was just like, hey, like to my ex-husband, I was like, if I were to get an opportunity in New York or LA, or if I wanted to go to one of those scenes, because ultimately, like, again, when we first got together, that's kind of what I led with, is like, this is what I want to do eventually. I was like, what would happen? He's like, well, we wouldn't be together anymore because I'm not doing that. And I'm not doing long distance again.
Why?
And so I was like, but you knew
why
that I always wanted to do this. So
what's his reason?
Again, there's a lot of like, well, what's the reason? But anyway, so it's like,
you want my dog up.
So yeah, that conversation was when what first led me to ask for a divorce in July, but then we ended up, like I said, we stayed together. And then it was like a few more months of just like nothing getting better. And I really think like the St. Louis fight was kind of what really, for me, I was like.
In the car?
Yeah. Well, the thing is he like was like running away, like while the dog was off leash, like towards traffic, and like just like it was like a 2-day fight. Like it was a 2-day long fight, and I literally like all I could think to myself is like I have to like do my shows well enough to like do my shows and get us all home safely, and then at some point I have to do it. And what ultimately, I feel like I've told all this. I asked for the divorce. He was like, this is like October 2023. Also, another fun holiday. I did it on October 13th, which was a Friday. So a Friday the 13th, I asked for my divorce, and that time it stuck. It was the 4th of July, didn't stick. October 13th did stick.
This makes sense. This just makes sense.
Also, we had our final couples counseling on Halloween, and I had to do a dead comedians themed comedy show. And so I was in a PeeWee Herman costume while he screamed at me about how I don't take anything seriously. And the therapist just kept saying, like, hey, are you aiming to, like, achieve anything? Or are you just trying to air your grievances? Because otherwise, like, if it's just airing your grievances, I don't really think that we need to do this. Like, it seems like you're just yelling at your soon-to-be ex-wife for an hour.
Soon-to-be ex-PeeWee.
Literally. I'm in the fucking PeeWee costume. So yeah. And it was one of those things that's like, could I have put on the PeeWee costume when I got to the show? Probably. Would that have been as fun for me? No.
You have to give a little something to yourself every once in a while. Just a little something for you. PeeWee Herman in therapy.
Yeah.
Couples therapy.
He would do stuff too where it's like, so my parents literally live like 30 minutes away from him at this point because he stayed in the house.
Is he still there?
So no. He went back to England, allegedly.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Because he we'll get there, but it was like he allegedly went back to England, sold the house and went back to England. Allegedly. He stayed in the house though initially, and I moved all my stuff out to my parents, and then I like slowly moved it into an apartment in Chicago. So the reason why we officially are no contact, we ended up divorced February of 2024.
Okay.
We weren't even no contact then. He did cuss me out over text, say like, you fucking fleeced me. You shouldn't have taken all that you took. Like, you got free flights off of me. You have all this camera equipment. You should have like put that down. I'm like, everything I ever purchased was fucking secondhand because I had no money. You took all of my fucking, like, what are you talking? So anyway,
also, you were married. Yeah, you were a team.
And that's the thing is like the financial situation, I learned so much. Like I will say like, am I grateful for being abused? No. No. I don't think anybody wants to have had that experience, but I do think like it's made me so aware of like what I will and will not tolerate in relationships going forward. And I think also the relationship that I got into right after I was married led to that. But the last thing I do want to say is why I was no contact with my ex-husband is so we also, while we were together, had accumulated 2 cats. I will say the first cat that we got was me because it was during COVID. My friend had this cat that had been abandoned by their roommate. And like during COVID, they just had to like leave Chicago. And so I was like, oh, I really want to take in this cat. And he was like, I fucking hate cats. And we have a dog. And I was like, please, let's take in this cat. So we had this cat, Simba. And the dog was Luke also. And so we have Luke and Simba. But then like also we ended up having this additional cat, Tater, that my ex-husband brings home while I'm on tour.
He just found a cat and brought it home?
Oh, like was like at the humane shelter volunteering and brings this cat home. And then he never went back to volunteer. But it was like the animals were additional leverage of like, oh, you can't tour. Who's going to take care of the pets? So when we first were getting divorced,
like no one's ever figured out these problems before, and he's the only answer for you in particular. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like again, but it's like when we first were getting divorced, he was like, "I want all the pets. Like I have to get all the pets. I'm not negotiable on that, and I'm not sharing the dog. Like we're not co-parenting the dog. Like they're all mine." And I was kind of just like, at that point, like this person has like. Everything short of put their hands on me. You know what I mean? I'm like, I just want out. So I was like, sure, have all the pets, whatever. I set the boundary, though, of you don't get to ask my parents to watch the pets. Because we're not together anymore. So you're getting a fucking pet sitter. I ended up finding out, behind my back, my mom had agreed to watch the dog.
And she's aware of this agreement?
Yeah.
Why
she loves the dog. She loves the dog.
I get it.
And again, I love the dog, too. I was fucking devastated to lose the dog, but I was like, I need you to hold firm and not go behind my back and do this shit. I find out from my sister, my mom went behind my back. I go to my parents, I'm like, you cannot do this or I will not speak to you anymore. Like, this is how bad this was with him. And they're like, oh, we're trying to be Switzerland. I'm like, no, you're not going to be Switzerland. I'm your kid. Like, if you don't side with me on this, I'm not talking to you anymore. You pick your side. So then they end up going back to him. They're like, hey, sorry, we can't watch the dog. But they say, like, because Jamie's not comfortable with it, which then I'm like, and I say to them, I'm like, I wish you would have never done this because there will be retaliation. Like, I know this person. There will be retaliation. A week later, I get a text that's like, I've actually decided I don't want to take care of the cats anymore. I already got rid of Tater. You need to help me rehome Simba or I'm taking him to the shelter. And it's like a shelter in Indiana that I'm not convinced isn't a kill shelter. So I'm immediately like...
He already got rid of a cat without telling you?
And then the second one, the one that I got, Simba, he's like, you need to rehome. At this point, I've already moved in to an apartment with 2 cats.
In Chicago?
So I can't take the cat at that point. If you would have let me have it to begin with, I could have moved
figured
into a
it
place with 2
out.
cats. Yeah.
Girl.
So I have like 3 to 4 days to find a new home for a senior fucking orange cat, which is like, we all know statistically the meanest cat, not an easy cat to fit into a place. But luckily, like, my friend Gina knew somebody from high school in Lombard who was willing to take him. And so, like, I bring my best friend with me. We go, we get the cat. The cat's like crying the whole time in the back of the car. And then I have to give the cat away again. And so that's why I'm no contact. Because I'm like, that is a level of evil that, like,
he could have prevented all that pain,
yeah.
but he set it up.
I can't forgive you for that. And I get that, like, he feels like he has, in his story, in his narrative, he feels he has earned the right to punish me forever because of the way that I hurt him.
But did
do not involve animals.
Did Simba emotionally cheat or whatever he thinks?
Yeah, do not involve animals in your
Tater.
bullshit. At that point, like, I don't want anything to do with you. And yeah, basically, he said he needed some paperwork to sell the house. And so he contacted me saying, like, I need this. You have to send it to me immediately. And I was just like, that's so funny because you could have Googled it. Like, you just want me to know you're moving. And I'm sorry, I say that to your fucking face. You just want me to know you're moving.
Clark it.
And you want my mom to know you're moving.
Clark it.
And like, I hope you have a nice life eating fish and chips. That's really delicious. That part is really nice about the UK. But your fucking beans on toast, being a traumatized bitch who actually I'm like, I should probably reel back in a bit. But
You
yeah,
don't
no, it's
have
like
to.
the cats thing, when I think about the cats thing, I do actually get mad again. Because it's like, that is like,
he's using them as
unconscionable.
pawns. He's using them, even if it was about like furniture, it would still be him making something more difficult for you on purpose. But to use like the well-being of living animals is crazy.
Yeah.
So he just kept the dog?
Yeah, he just kept the dog. Actually, I think that he brought the dog to the UK with him. So I hope the dog's good. And the thing is, I'm sure the dog's good because the dog was like rocking and rolling, would have been chill in any situation. I will say, it's funny because when he texted my mom to be like, hey, please tell your daughter to text me back because I'm trying to get this paper to sell the house. My mom was like, oh, like, in case you don't want to take the dog.
Oh,
like,
she tried to freaking swoop in there?
She's literally like, well, if the dog can't go to England with you, you know, I'd love to have him. And he was like, I will be taking the dog with me. She's like, okay.
I hate to ask. Do you know where Tater ended up?
But I think also I think that he still thinks that I have Simba. Like, I think that he thinks I took Simba in because I didn't tell. I was like, you don't have the right to
be
know.
A part of
He's
anything
happy
else.
in a new home. Well, and also, to be fair, like, it makes me sad to think about, but like, Simba was 12 like a few years ago, so it's like he's definitely either past or like towards the end. But he was like, I mean, the videos I got of Simba when he first went to the new house, he was so happy.
Okay,
he
raw.
loved it. So it's like I know he's good. And like, yeah, Luke is a dog who is happy in any situation. My ex-husband was not abusive to the dog, so I
Sure.
know that the dog will be okay.
What a nice guy. Oh my God. He didn't even abuse a dog. He's still a human woman.
But yeah, and then I do think when I first got out of my marriage, I still thought that I was polyamorous, and so I got into, so basically, like, I did the comedy show for the dating app that is like poly friendly. I feel like I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to.
We can talk
name
about
it
Field.
contractually. Yeah, I was like, contractually, can I talk?
No, they have a lot of comedy shows out here too. Yeah.
So I did the Field
They
show,
sponsor them.
and so I got on. So basically, this was like,
You did one in Chicago?
Yeah, we
They
did one
do
in
them out there,
Chicago.
okay.
I got booked to do the show. I wasn't familiar with the app. And this is while my ex-husband and I were still together, but we were in the process of getting divorced.
But
get
you
on
lived together. You were
Yes.
like, okay.
So I get on the app to see what's going on. I'm super liked by this guy.
Super liked.
He super liked me.
I've never been on an app, but I can
And
guess
I'm
what
like,
that means.
oh, I kind of like how he looks. Like he's one of my types. So I end up going out with this guy. We get on like a house on fire. Immediately love bombing me, which I fucking love. We go to like 3 concerts in 1 week. I'm
Sure.
like, I'm like, somebody's being nice to me, which is like, unfortunately, I've now learned there's being nice to you and there's love bombing. It's again, I think I'd been being abused for so long though that being treated nicely was like very exciting.
We have such a similar timeline, just so you know. These people have all fucking heard it, but
yeah.
I just want you to know I have lived this. I fully understand.
Okay, so it's like, yeah. So we start like having unprotected sex. Like, he has other partners because he's solo poly, and
solo poly's the funniest one.
It's so then he ends up like going to me, probably like a couple, like we've been seeing each other for like 3-4 months. He's like, oh yeah, I decided I was gonna start having unprotected sex with this partner. Is that okay with you? I'm like,
that's not a question.
No.
That's not a question you ask later.
In retrospect.
Also, don't do that.
When he
also just don't do that.
But also he's just like, well, like it's my choice to make because it's my body. And I was like, yeah, but the choice you make with your body affects my body. So like we're gonna have to.
But then he doesn't give you the information to make the choice about your body,
yeah.
King.
Yeah, and so again, it's like. Also,
Should we call him? Should we call him right now?
I was like, if I can find his, I mean, literally, it's funny because like, anyway, so I kind of like slowly go into psychosis trying to do polyamory to this man's terms.
Oh, no.
While grieving a 10-year relationship marriage. And I kind of like, the final straw for me is he's like, okay, I don't want to lose you, so we'll go back to using condoms, me and this other partner. But then he's like, hey, like, what if we all like got pizza? Oh, also, I forgot the part. Hold on. I forgot the part.
It's Chicago pizza.
Yeah, I forgot the part where he actively tried to kind of like push me and one of his other partners for us to be in a throuple.
Oh, they
and
love
I was
that.
Like,
they love
and
that.
And this wasn't the one that he was being unprotected. This is a different partner. This is like
good.
a third person in the scenario. Me and them are still very, very close.
You and the Ross sister didn't even get to meet?
No. So this person was, so me and throuple person, still good friends.
Okay.
Raw, op for life. Because that girl was trying to get me to crash out. Like would do behaviors to make me lose my fucking mind. Like,
did you know her?
No, I only knew her as the other person.
The other raw
my
sis.
partner is wanting to have raw sex with, and like they were doing stuff that was within a dynamic that I was not versed in or familiar with, and so like they like would leave little relics out that would make me be like, oh, what's this?
Whose
like,
whip is this?
Like, what's going on? Yeah. And so, again,
I'm sorry. You never met her. You just like knew
you just saw her butt plugs?
Yes.
Okay.
I knew her as like an ambiguous thing.
But she wanted to make sure you knew what they were doing.
Yes. Which like, you're
you think
gonna
it was
make
her
me
too?
go crazy.
You don't think it was just him trying to fuck with you? Someone's obviously fucking with you. You think she was like fully complicit. She wanted you to crash out.
The reason why I ended up thinking she was fully complicit is like, the stuff that she would post on FetLife, as well as like she fucking got, so she got upset because I went to Nashville and surprised him on his birthday, which his birthday was in December, and I had a friend in Nashville who I could stay with, and I had shows in Nashville that I was going to do. She was upset that I didn't include her in my surprise for my boyfriend. Bitch, we're not dating. Okay? Like, the person that he was trying to push the throuple thing with, I did tell them. I said, hey, I'm
so
gonna do
nice
this.
of you. That's so nice of you.
But this bitch that I've never even I don't know you from Joe. You're just and also you're my number one op because you're trying to push this raw shit when I'm not, like, I don't want to have raw sex with you, bitch. I don't know you. So anyway, flash forward, we're getting pizza. This is allegedly gonna fucking fix everything. We get pizza one time.
So this is the first time you've met after all
Yeah.
this? Okay.
Oh wait, no, actually before pizza, we had to go get a meal because she wanted to air her grievances about me not telling her and me moving funny with her and not like communicating openly with the paramour.
The paramour.
Again, like anybody who's actively polyamorous, I just want to say, if you like it, I love it. This experience made me go, Actually, I'd rather fill it with sand and never have sex again than experience what I experienced in this specific instance. So, again, we're getting pizza, and red flag for me is this girl says, "Oh, well, I just don't get into confrontations with people I'm dating. Like that just doesn't happen. Like I'm just like,
oh, so you're a liar.
I'm just not argumentative.
Oh, so you're an unskilled liar.
And I'm just trying to like, cause like, no, I fought with this dude.
Sure.
Cause I'm also crashing out because I'm fucking getting divorced and you fucking love bombed the shit out of me. So I think I'm like in a soft landing spot, and then you switch up as soon as I am actually divorced. So I'm like, oh, and this is like, this all happens over like 6-7 months. Also, you're trying to get me in a trouble. I'm like, I really like this person, but like, this feels like a lot really quick. Anyway, and I think also like, I think I'm doing more than I should, because also I'm just like kind of like like any kind of stability I'm trying to grab, when it's like really, I should have just been by myself for a second, which is what I realized in hindsight. Again, I'll put my hands up and admit, that's my bad.
We love to learn.
After the pizza, literally the next day, I'm fucking driving to Columbus, Ohio to do Don't Tell Comedy with Chris Higgins and Tom Takar. Shout out to them. And I get a text from solo poly dude, being like, hey, is it okay if we start having unprotected sex again? Like, now that you guys have buried the hatchet, can we start having unprotected sex? I was like,
what does he think the risks of unprotected sex are? Does he think it's like a vibe shift? Does he not understand what
he thinks it's like a vibe shift, and he's also like, because he trusts this person, I should trust this person, and I'm like, no, that's actually,
what's there to trust?
Like, I'm like,
y'all are flipping it out all over Chicago. It's just science.
Yeah,
no judgment, but it's science.
Yeah, I was just like, no, actually, I'm still not comfortable with that. And then basically, it's like
the pizza isn't prep, bitch.
The pizza doesn't make me feel better about the situation. So yeah, it's like, so then it's like, I'm in Columbus with Sweetie Pies, Tom Takar, and Chris Higgins, and I go, hey, am I tripping? And they're like, literally no. Like, they're like, we don't know much about polyamory, but I feel like you're asking the most bare minimum reasonable request from your primary partner. And I was like, thank you so much. So I get back and I'm like, hey, this is kind of like a non-negotiable for me. Like, if we're gonna be unprotected, I don't want you being unprotected with other people.
Which, by the way, this is the most common non-negotiable. I almost worry for people who this isn't at least a conversation that they've had.
Yeah, I said, this is kind of non-negotiable for me. Yeah. Like, if you want to be with other partners, by all means, but like, you need to be protected. And also, like, I'm sorry, like, if you're my primary partner and you can't do that and we have to use condoms, then like, I kind of just would rather us not, because it's like, it's the principle for me. It's the principle of, you say that I'm the love of your life, and you know, like, you've been waiting to meet somebody like me all your life, but you can't put on a condom with other people. Like, no, actually, I'm actually not seeing how those things line up. So then he goes on and he's like, give me a week to like, I want to talk to my therapist about this and like see where I'm at.
I hate that he has a therapist, because you know he's lying.
Weaponizes.
You know he's lying to her.
Literally. He is the reason why I am terrified of men in therapy, because he used all that language.
Oh, it's like a shield.
To shield his fucking behavior. And so he was like, yeah, like my therapist actually, you know, we talked about it, and it's just like, you're actually kind of like putting a limitation on me that goes against my boundaries and my core beliefs.
My boundary is I fuck raw no matter what, and I might tell you. And that's my boundary.
I said, okay, well, that really sucks. I'm fucking leaving for tour tomorrow, so I guess like we'll talk about it when I get back. And like, I'm gonna be out of town for like 3 to 4 weeks. So I also like, I'm in the place where like, I don't want to let him go, because I'm sad that this is fucking playing out even worse than the last situation I was in. And well, no, actually not worse. Like, this was fucked up in a different way.
It's annoying to have it go wrong again.
Yes. Yeah. And so I'm like, I don't break up with him, and I fucking go to, I'm in like Arizona, and then I'm going to be in Los Angeles. And so like, I get to LA, and I'm staying with my dear friends Kayla and Diana Hong, comedian, and then Kayla, Diana's wife.
Love Diana.
I'm telling them this whole situation, and they're just like, no fucking, like, they're like, they're like, you got to cut him loose. They're like, the thing I love, he had promised, because he got me suitcases and luggage as a Christmas present, and the suitcase immediately broke. So he promised to replace the suitcase. And so Diana was like, you fucking get that new suitcase. Like, be on his ass about the new suitcase. And once you get it, break up. And I did do that. And you know what? Gorgeous. That part was fucked up. But also,
no, it's not. It's not fine.
After everything, I think getting the suitcase that actually
holding someone to their word is fine.
Yeah, I held. And that was the thing is Diana's like, you should hold him to his word. And then when you get the suitcase, like, you held him to his word. Or just like maybe just like see if he improves on his behavior. Because the other thing too is like, I forgot to mention, while actively being involved with like 7 to 8 people at a time, I would like I had a show in San Diego, and my college friend came to the show and then was like, oh my gosh, let's get dinner after, and then like offered to pay for dinner because I am a touring artist and they work in finance. And he was like, oh, so they took you on a date. I was like,
I just saw this coming from a mile away. I was like
how are men who want to be straight men who want to be poly want literally all the new rules and the old rules to apply? Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
They want all the benefits of like sexual liberation for them, but then literally you cannot. Why can't you go on a date? Wait, why can't you go on a date? You did it, but why can't you?
He's like, well, I didn't have any notice that you were doing that. Like, you should have given me. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, the show happened, and then like we went and got food. Like, I don't really. And he's like,
every poly straight man I've met is the most jealous fuck. The most jealous fuck in the world.
Well, also, the thing that makes my head fucking explode is this dude was like, yeah, I really want to be in a throuple with 2 women because I just like, or like 2 femme-identifying people, 2, you know, whatever. He's like, I really want that because like, I just, you know, not identifying, femme presenting. Anyway, it's like he was like, I just love the idea of us all like sitting down for breakfast together. I'm like, oh, you want a 2-parent household? Like you want mommy and mommy. You want a 2-parent fucking household. And I hope you see this.
And you really want your mommies to fuck each other in front of you.
In front of you. Yeah, no, literally. So anyway, yeah, I ended up breaking up with this dude over FaceTime.
Is this a bit? Is this a bit?
No, it's not, but I should make it one because I feel like, okay.
That's a clip and that's amazing.
Yeah. And so fucking, so he, what the fuck? So he, I broke up with him over FaceTime while I was in LA. Because I was just like, you know, I'm actually tired of like doing this. Like, no, I'm never going to be okay with you not wearing condoms with her. And then also saying like, if you wanted this to just be a casual thing to begin with, that could have been what we did. But it's like, you wanted to be like, oh, I love you. I want to be with you forever. I want you to be my family and you're my primary partner. And then can't put on a condom. Like, I'm sorry, no.
And then get mad that someone didn't even take you on a date.
Like, literally a friend paid for my dinner. And if he did, yeah. No, and one of the thing, too, I think is, again, it's like, I'm also leaving out the part where it's like, I had a friend invite me to go see a DJ set. And I was like, I don't feel like this is a date. Like, we're probably just going to hang out. And then I was like, oh, yeah, we actually ended up making out at the thing. Sorry.
But who cares?
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying is, like, you again, it's like want it one way, but not for, yeah. So it's like, I ended up just like blocking him on everything because I was just like, I know that we gotta come to the end, but I ended up blocking him on everything because I was just like, just seeing him made me so upset because I was just like, I feel like it's like, I wish he would have just led with like, I'm a nonchalant fuckboy who just wants to fuck a bunch of people. Like, I would have been more comfortable with that. It wouldn't have been a lie.
We love when they don't lie. We love when they don't lie because then you get to make a decision. But they don't want you to make a decision.
Yeah, no, they want you. But anyway, it's like, I will say I am grateful for the person that I met through the, you know, pressured throuple.
She's your friend now?
Well, they are my friend.
They're your friend.
They are just so lovely and so cool. And like, I feel like we lost touch because it was like they broke up with him before I broke up with him. And then a few months after everything went down with me and him, I ended up being like, hey, I just wanted to reach out and say like, I'm really sorry for everything happened. And they were like, I've been feeling the same way. And then, yeah, we just like beautiful friendship.
Because they're the other person that gets it also.
Yeah, we experience all the shit. So yeah.
This is the culture now, I feel, is the ones who are played are coming together in a big way. Even like on Love Island, even on Hetero Island.
I don't tune in. I do see all the TikToks about it though.
That's all you need.
Yeah, because I feel like the thing that I saw on TikTok that was driving me crazy is the fact that like, they had pointed out the fact that like the men have been so red pilled on Love Island right now that they're not pursuing a woman that shows in like anybody that comes in that they feel like they have to chase and they might be embarrassed because they might say no. They're not going for it because they don't want to like look stupid.
And you're talking about Soul,
yeah,
who has a short haircut. I feel like is the first woman in the history of Love Island to have a short haircut.
She's
And it's
so
only because
fucking hot.
it's only because her body is like crazy.
No,
do you know what I mean? They would
she's-
never let someone in who anyway.
Yeah,
And that's not a critique to her.
No, that's just like they fucking. It's like
when she left, she was like, I'm too hot for everyone in there anyway. And I was like,
no, it's true.
it was
It's
so, I'm
true.
so
They were
glad she said that.
intimidated.
I'm so glad she knew that.
Yeah, I'm glad too.
Well, thank you so much for being
Thank you for having
here
me.
I'm like I'm looking at the clock. I am impressed that you packed all that in the hour. I literally was like, I wonder if we're gonna get to it because I knew there was the divorce and then there was everything else.
I was worried because I was like looking at the clock. I was like, I need to shut the fuck up.
No, we did it.
Here, but
No, we did it. Okay, here's how we end. What is something that you want to go no contact with?
I thought about this because I got it in the email. Something I want to go no contact with is shrinking myself to make other people more comfortable. I think that it applies to everything we just talked about, but I think it's also like personally, professionally. I think Midwestern women are 100% raised to adapt themselves to any environment, and I think I'm just gonna show up as myself going forward. And just if I change the energy in the room by doing that, that's not a bad thing or something I should feel shame about. So, yeah.
Sweet. Well, that was a sweet one. Some people are like lavender lattes, but you went sentimental. I love that.
I am a little sappy. As a
No,
person.
and just so you know, I think that's actually a strength because I used to not be able to cry for years. I had to go to therapy to learn to cry again. So I'm never gonna. And now I do it all the time, but I'm never gonna not see it as that when someone's able to express themselves. Because as I told you, I hate British people.
No,
I'm the
sorry
opposite
that they
of a
made you
wall.
feel like you couldn't cry.
My goal would be in life to be the opposite of a wall
Oh, I love that.
when people talk. Anyway, nice to meet you.
I feel like I'm like, here's my whole life story.
So we're
and
friends, and you're in LA now, and we're friends now.
Yeah, we're friends now,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No call, no text, no contact.